Hi everyone, it's Kenzy Knoxx and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be painting a nice little snowman painting. Who doesn't love a little snowman painting, right? So to begin off with, I've added some colors to my palette, including titanium white, light blue violet, cadmium orange, light luminous opera, sap green, mauve pale, and Mars black. And so to begin off with, we're going to take our size 1-inch oval mop brush and get that wet, tap off the drips. Oh, we're going to spray down our canvas first too. Let's get that a little wet, help us move our paint along. Okay, and I'm going to take my titanium white, some light blue violet. I'm just going to start along the top here. It's going to be a little streaky because of the water, so that's okay. We'll just go over it again to get rid of that. But going down, we're just going to take titanium white, put that right over that light blue violet, more titanium white. And now we're going to add a little bit of orange to that light blue violet and titanium white mixture. It's going to come out to almost like a pinky shade. That's the shade we want. But add more white to it to make it lighter. And I'm going to go in with that shade back here. Add a little more white to it. Bring it up into the light blue violet. And you know what? I think we're going to take some more of that orange and light blue violet. It's such a pretty color. I think we're going to actually bring it in closer right here. Let's paint that in right here. And we're going to eventually go down to pink. So rinse out your brush. Grab some titanium white and some luminous opera and mix that in. I'm going to take that and go in right here. Move it up a little bit into that pinky color we made and then bring it down. I think that'll be our sky. I think that'll look real pretty. I think if we bring it up just a little bit more, it'll look real pretty, real nice. Okay, excellent. So we have our sky. So you can rinse off your brush. So now we're going to work on some background trees. So grab your size 10 filbert brush. I'm going to grab some titanium white. I'm going to get that wet first. Grab some titanium white. Grab some sap green. And grab some Mars black, just a little bit of it. I'm going to tone that down a bit, and even a little bit of purple in there. Won't hurt. A nice little light greenish shade, but we need to actually tone that down more. Kind of like the purple in there. Just a touch more green. Okay, we're going to take this color. I'm going to start painting in, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to take that color, take some more titanium white, and we're just going to do a little lighter version of it. A little more green in there. A little more black. Okay, so we're going to take this color here. I'm going to just start painting in some indications of trees. So we're just going to do some lines going up, and we can even paint in some trees. These are going to be very distant in the background trees. We can even create some trees coming down like this. over here. I'm not really going to be able to make out the shape of these because they're supposed to be very far away. Okay, so rinse out your brush. Okay, so now we're going to take some light blue violet, and titanium white, and mix those two together for a nice little shadow color. I'm actually going to paint a little hill going down like this. Maybe our house sits on a hill. Let me just fill this in right here. Now let's take a little bit of black in there. Tone that down a bit. It's a bit bright. Just paint that in like this. You can fill this in if you'd like to. That's where our house is going to sit. Just so you know where our landline is. So we'll have our house right here. We'll have some trees going up this hill. And we'll have a nice little fence right about here. Rinse out your brush. We're going to take that 1-inch font brush again. We're going to go with the 1-inch font brush. Grab some more white with that color that we made, like blue violet and a little bit of black. And we're just going to paint this in with that color. So light blue violet, titanium white, and a smidgen of black. More titanium white. Okay, I'm going to add more titanium white to that. I'm just going to start painting that in. I want that a little bit lighter than the color behind it. So, there we go. Okay, excellent. Now that we have that all painted in, now we can paint in the background. So rinse off your brush. Okay, so now we're going to take a size 10 filbert brush, get that wet, tap off the drips. We're going to grab our mauve pale, put some black in there, and some titanium white. I need more black in there. I get this dark color here. We're going to lighten it up just a touch. So we're going to have this color right here, like this color, maybe a little bit lighter. Okay, we're going to go with this one, and we're going to start planting in some trees back here, various sizes. These trees are slightly coming more into view, these evergreen trees. As tall or as small, as thin or as wide as you'd like them to be. You can use a fan brush to do this, or you know what, let's use a fan brush. So I'm going to use my size 2 fan brush. I'm going to dip into that color, make sure my brush is dry, and we're just going to go ahead and plant in some trees really easily. Like this. Sometimes a filbert brush is easier to use if you're painting smaller trees. So we'll keep that brush ready if we need it. Since we are going up on a slope, I am going to make these trees taller. These look a little lighter than these. I'm just going to lighten some of these up a little bit. The acrylic paint does dry darker and when you first apply it, so that's okay. Alright, go ahead and rinse off your brush. We're now going to come in with our green. So we're going to take some green, some purple, and a little bit of black. It's going to come out to like this brownish green shade. We're going to add some white to that. And we're going to go in with a layer of these trees. We're just going to plop some of these in. Don't forget to load up your brush when you need to. Okay, now we're going to go in with some serious colors. So we're going to take some green with some black. I'm going to plop a tree, I'd say over here. It's going to be in the mid-ground. This one's going to be more. You can use, again, your filbert brush if you're not comfortable using a fan brush. And it will pick up some background color, but that's okay. It's almost like a little highlight there, so that's nice. And then maybe we can put some back here. Maybe we'll wait for that to dry a little bit before adding these in. So go ahead and rinse out your brush. I'm going to take a hairdryer and dry off my painting real quick. Okay, so now that our painting is a little bit more dry, I'm going to take my size 6 flat brush, get that wet, tap off the drips, and I'm going to sketch in about my painting some white. So I'm going to take my white, I'm going to draw a line down here for the side of the house, and then have it come up to about here, and come down. Because there's so many layers of paint on this painting, it's probably actually not quite dry yet. I'm going to grab some more white up just on the top of my bristles. I'm going to have this come out over this way, down like that. Down over here, down like here. We have this go back just slightly. Go slightly. I'm just going to draw a line across here. You can tell some of my paint is still wet, so we can try to paint in our house white. And take a larger flat brush. I'm going to use my size 6 flat brush, get that wet. Tap into some white. I know it's dry down here, but it gets iffy around the trees. Grab some more white. Yeah, it's done. Okay, grabbing some more white. We're gonna go over here. And up top up here. I'm gonna have to go over this multiple times, so it's okay if it's not perfectly white. Just rinse out your brush to get that spring green. Okay, and we'll go right here. Surprisingly, this is dry. And then your rooftop. Okay, so now we have our house in. So back to our fan brush. I'm going to take some more green, some more black, mix those together. I'll just paint some trees back here. Get it much darker now. That's good. So we'll go over these ones here. So I painted in. Just got a little bit lighter from the paint behind it. This one I want dark too. Okay, reload your brush. Add another tree back here. And then I think we'll add some bushes in the background. So like some bushes back over here. Bushes in here. I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to grab a nice little mop brush like this. I'm going to actually add more green. I'm going to go more green with the bushes. those in back over here and over here. Okay, taking our size 6 flat brush, we're going to tap into our white. I'm going to start making our little fence. So I want the fence to start around here. So they're going to go about this high. And they don't have to be perfect. I think right here, I'm going to have it come up and form like a little... This is just using white entryway. Oops, that green is still wet. Grabbing more white. I'm just gonna skip over that one right there. I'm gonna skip over the ones around the house too. I figured there'd be one there, there'd be one there, one there. Pop one in right here. This tree's still wet, so that's about as much as we can do, but I want this to come down further. These might come down just a little further. And this one here, take some more white, go around it. That'll be our gate. Then I'm gonna have a little thing that goes across right here. And then I'm gonna have, see, we want these posts here to go like this. Like that. Don't worry about the green. Okay, going back to our size 6 flat brush, take some more white and we're going over the house again. Hopefully that's dried up a bit. You know, I'm not liking that rooftop, so I'm going to actually go like this and extend it down. I like that a lot better. Okay, so taking our size 6 flat brush again, 6 flat brush, you're going to get that wet, tap off the drips. We're going to take some blue, some light blue violet with some titanium white. I'm going to tone it down a little bit with some black, just a touch of black. And maybe some purple too. I'll be toning with some purple. So this is going to be our shadow color for our house. So we're going to have, this is going to be shadowed over here, especially right in here. I'll just do some sidelines to show maybe it's got some vinyl siding on it going up. We'll do it over here too. Streak like. This roof we're going to do a little different, just the blue, light blue violet, a little titanium white, and a little bit of black. I'm going to start the shadow over here. It's going to be darkest going over here. Make sure your brush is a little bit wet when you're doing this. Maybe a little bit too dark. Add some white to that. Add a little more white to that. We're going to add a little chimney here. So we're going to need, oh, we don't have any green left. What if we could do purple and orange? That's a pretty color. Mix some purple and orange together. I'm going to make a little chimney over here. Since that's going to be the basis of our reflection, we're going to take some more blue. Have that color. Just make it more shadowed like this, coming downwards. Something like that. A lot of this will be covered, so don't worry about too much about the details. We're going to take our brush, tap into some titanium white. We're going to create some windows here. So we'll do a window here. A window over here. And a door in the middle. A nice standard house. And then we're going to have a window over here. Maybe one window right here. And then we'll have a window up here too. Then we're going to add our two luminous yellows, our warm and your cool, to our palette. I'm going to take some white, some luminous warm and cool. That together. Then we're going to paint in our windows. Rinse off your brush. So I'm going to add some scarlet red to my palette real quick. Grab some scarlet red. We'll paint our door in. I love this red. Of course you can paint your door in any color you'd like. Okay, now that our house is a little more dry and everything's a little more dry, we're going to take some our white, continue with our fence. I'm going to skip over the door. Down. Make sure they're not see-through. You don't want to see through our fence. Grab some more white. Go back over our fence post. Okay, then we need to do the rails. I go between them. So we're just going to draw that in like this. And like this. And connect these ones up here. And down here. And over here. Down here. Okay, and then we're going to rinse off our brush. Grab our luminous yellows again. Fill in those windows again. We're gonna add some raw umber to our palette. My brush a little wet, just get the tip of my brush in the raw umber. I'm just gonna draw some trim around the window. And I use my pinky to stabilize my hand, but be careful for wet paint if you do this. And since I'm left-handed, I work from right to left. So right to the front door. So we're getting some more brown. We're just going to do a line down the center, and then a few lines going across. Down the center, one down the center. Okay, excellent. And now we can add some snow to the top of the house first of all. I just realized that. Grab your white. We're going to add our snow here, our edges. Highlights here. Okay. And then I'm going to add our shadows to our little wooden fence. So grabbing some blue. I'm just going to add it to this side, I believe. That's good. If you have to go over your posts again, go over them again. I'm going to have to go for mine again. But for right now, we're just giving them some shape here. I'm just going to drag it all the way down, and then I'm going to go over the little rails again. I just did that wrong. It's okay. Scumble that off. Remember, these paintings aren't made to be exactly perfect. Grabbing more white. Just gonna go over some of these again. Okay, and then my fence posts are going to be a little bit higher here. Down here. And down there. And these. And this one. This is not the important part of our painting, just keep it. So we're going to start painting in our snowman. We're going to have a big tree right here, I think. Let's just start in with the base of him, the big one. Just paint in a big round ball. Like that. And then another one. Sits on top of him. And then maybe another one over here, a little off center here. It's gonna be one, and we can have a Mrs. a little bit smaller, right next to him. And leaning into him. Okay, so now we're going to take some burnt umber. Burnt sienna. And with that same flat brush, we're going to paint in a tree. It's going to go up here, and crooked, coming down to here, like that. And maybe we'll have it come out like that. And come up here. Split off maybe. Then we'll draw some branches off of here too. Okay, rinse off your brush. Take your raw umber. I'm going to paint some characteristics into this tree. Watch out for drips. You want your brush a little wet though. And we're just going to come down this back side here. Darken that up over here. That a little bit darker. And darken the entire back side of this tree over here. And the roots and all. rinse off your brush. I'm going to take some white, some burnt sienna. Just add a little bit of that to the front. Some in here. Rinse off your brush. Grab your burnt umber, your raw umber. I'm going to make some of these darker. Okay, excellent. Then we're going to draw in a little mailbox. So taking some raw umber, we're just going to paint in something that comes up about here. And it has a flat top, like that. And I'm going to take some white, and it's going to come over an oval, half oval, come down like a half oval, just like that. We'll let that dry before coming back to it. But let's go back to our snowman. Let's go over them with another layer of white so they're not see-through. Pen spokes again. Okay. Take your light blue violet, add it to the edge of this fence spoke. And grabbing our size 2 flat brush, super cute. Love it. Get that wet. Tap out the drips. Dip it in some paint, and we're just gonna have this hanging down. Like a regular lamp. Gonna fill that in with white. Gonna let that dry. I'm going over to get in black. I'm going to take the same brush, grab some raw umber. I'm just going to do a little over here, you over here, and maybe a little line going back like this. Maybe outline it like that. And rinse off your brush. Using some blue and black with some white too. Make a lighter version of that shade. I'm gonna come over here, shadow on this side. All these snowballs. On this side too. And this side too. Getting a little lighter as we go into the middle. So taking some white. Well, it doesn't look lighter to me. Okay, much better. Now we can do their little arms, so taking a little flat brush, gonna grab some raw umber. And we can do them however we want, so we can do them like going up. And out. And then I think I want one coming down here. And one coming down here. And holding hands. I think that's cute. And then rinsing off your brush. And then do we want them facing each other? I guess I can at this point. Okay, so then we're going to do black eyes. So maybe here, one here. Maybe she's looking this way. Here, one there. Continuing on, we're going to take some orange for their noses, for the carrots. Okay, so taking some orange, I'm going to have a carrot going this way. Set that way, and a carrot going up this way. And then we're going to have some buttons. So we're going to do one button here, two buttons here, three buttons here. I think we'll do 5 buttons. And then he's obviously going to be wearing a top hat. So we're just going to do a little fluffy top hat. I think she'll be wearing a little round hat. Like a little... like fancy. I'm thinking of a witch's hat right now, but that's not what I'm going for. Maybe this be rounded. Okay, I'm going to add some highlights to it. So grab some titanium white, add some snow up here, and then we're just going to add a little snow up on here. On her hat, we'll add some snow up on here. Add around the base of here and here. Guess we should have waited for that to dry a little bit. And then we're going to do some hunter green. So I'm going to use my size 4 flat brush. I'm going to get that wet. I dip into my green. I'm just going to have this scarf basically come around like this. That's beautiful color. And then maybe come down like this. And hers, I'm going to have come around her neck. Something a little looser. Something like that. I need to take some of that dark color, that dark shadow color, and add a little shadow below the scarves. Be careful of wet paint. I'm going to have to add a shadow in here because her scarf doesn't go all the way in, and of course I touched the red paint. That's right. I'll wait for that to dry. Let's do the mailbox. Alright, taking that dark color, going underneath the mailbox. Going upwards. Gonna take a lighter color, bring that up like that, giving some dimension that way, and then, oh, we gotta do our lamp post. So I'm just gonna take a cool lemon yellow this time. Take some white, some cool lemon. Just gonna plop that up in this lamp post like that. And we're just going to take this just by itself without any white or anything. Scumble a little bit around it. Then we're going to take this color with the white. I'm going to go along the inside here, up here, all around, even up here. And then we'll go on the top of the little stakes up here, down a little bit. So right there. Then we're going to take our size 6 flat brush and grab that lemon and white, the cool lemon and white. We're just going to shimmy some of this, scumble some of this right over here. Right on the pathway. And of course between the spokes if you can. For the other side. And also if you can, which we forgot to do, let's eliminate some of the ground over here from the light. Excellent. And then what we can do is add some more yellow to the tops of these. Oh, how is that not dry yet? And it just gives them a little more classic look. It looks really nice sometimes. You just add the yellow to the top. Maybe the bottom more one. I'm going to add a window to the door. Usually doors have windows. We're going to add a little shadow, so grab that dark shadow color around these guys, on the base of them. Coming out. I'm going to take the shadow this way, I think. Maybe this way from the house. You can get a little bit lighter. Actually, maybe we need that dark color. Can't forget about the hats, right? So this tree's going to be all up in the shadows here, very dark shadows. Starting off, and then we can add a little bit less of a shadow to get farther out. But I think we're going to have a little, maybe not, but this shadow is coming this way because of the house. It goes a little more that way. Taking your sap green and your black. Take a little black, some sap green, and add a bush right here. And over here in front of the fence. And then got some more green, black powder. I know we probably should have done this beforehand, sorry guys. These are afterthoughts. I didn't think of this before. We did the snow people. I can fill that in after. All different sizes. Have we go up and over the fence like that over there. And come up over here on this side too. Little mop brush. And dip into our white. We're going to tap in some snow. Mainly towards the tops of the bushes, if possible. Although, of course, you want to make them look like individual bushes too, so, you know, you can come down a little bit or whatever. I'm just going to take leftover white on the window, using some white, the two luminous colors. gonna paint in the window. You know what, I think I'm gonna have some light coming off of him a little bit. Like that. And maybe a little bit off of her too. Oh, we can add light to the bushes as well. So I'm just gonna take my flat brush. Just have some light here. Top of these bushes and even the mailbox. Be lit up a little bit. We'll take our raw umber and we'll do a little maybe pattern the same. We're going to take our size 4 flat brush and dip into that luminous color. We're just going to highlight some of these fence posts. Just some of them. We're going to take this color and come down some of them. We can add a little detail to this. An indication of brickwork. Maybe mixing some burnt umber and raw umber together. And actually I'm going to leave it like that because I can't determine really where the light's coming from. But let's add some snow on top of there. Add some snow on top of here. And over here. Add some snow right up in here, over here, and we'll start with a light blue violet. Or some of the snow. And grab some white. Go over it. And at that point, I guess we're done our painting, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please remember to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Okay, bye!